You better go and let them know to go and finish, complete these houses, or government have no choice but to revoke the title and take it over. We have been able to give them time and upon time and upon time. Some have, gone back to see that they put the buildings in use. Some have refused, and we have not hesitated to revoking them. Not only that, we have started demolishing them. We have not only revoking, we have also started demolishing them.
Is that the best option?
The uncompleted buildings.
What is the option?
What if they make it safe and don't allow criminals to happen there? Because these are people's hard-earned resources.
What we are saying, if you go back to complete the house for people to live, we have no problem. But those who are refused to comply, we have no choice.
What if it's because they don't have the funds?
Then we should allow criminals to take over because you don't have the funds.
No, if they prevent criminals from using it as a safe haven.
How do they?
They can put security details there.
Well, we will not allow that. Take, for example, some people have plots of land. They allow people to go and build shanties. And in particular, in the cities. Take, for example, we have in the diplomatic area where you have a Russian embassy, European Union. There are lands that have been given out to people, some embassies to build. For one reason or the other, we don't know. I went there. Look at shanties I've taken over. And I said, look, who are those embassies that want to build immediately? Qatar came up. So look, they need a place like this for them to build immediately. I revoked it and gave to Qatar. And they're building. United Arab Emirates came. We need to build our residential and this. Where they gave us, there's no infrastructure. I called the director of lands. Since they are ready to build, give them there. And they have submitted their drawings for approval. I have never seen in cities where, not green areas, where you are living for vegetation or whatever, but where you are supposed to build, land has been given, and you allow miscreants to take over the place by building all kinds of bachelor houses and this. Nobody does that. And I'm not ready. It doesn't matter who is involved. It doesn't matter who is involved. And the problem we have is that we have a way to give names to people when they take firm decisions. When they take decisions that you think are hard. For me, I'm used to that. I'm not going to look back. This one that the tenure expired, that we have advertised. By the end of this week, next week, we are probably that we are revoked. Yes. Or you will say, you have a way to give public officers one name or the other. We are not bothered about that. I don't have sleepless night over it. As far as my conscience, I know I'm doing what is right and for the security of people. I saw a cobbler who pretended to be a cobbler as we are driving to my house under the tree. I called my agency. Huh? When do you start having a cobbler? No. No cobbler should be here. These are informants who tell you he has come in. He has gone out. And then, when we drive him out, you come. Why is he not allowing the man to survive? The man is looking for how you feel. Who told you that? Who told you it is that place that he will survive? What about security? What about security? And you must be firm.
Yeah. Well, we'll hear you on that one, but talk to us about what's the plan for mass housing for people? Because you say sometimes, look, some of these so-called mass housing are not affordable for the masses. So what's the FCT's?
Mass housing. What I said before, when somebody comes, government should provide infrastructure worth over 80-something billion. The land was bought by government. Infrastructure provided by government. Then somebody comes, that he wants to build house to sell to people at low cost. I don't know what is low cost. No. You want to use government to make money. I have the land. I have provided the infrastructure. We have to sit down. It's partnership. Government is not interested in making money. But not that government doesn't want money to also provide other infrastructure. But the sole aim is not to make money. But we need money to also carry out other things. So we have to sit down with you and say, look, this houses cannot be sold at this cost. We allow you to sell it at this cost. If that is not allowed, forget it. Again, some people come to government and say, look, we want to develop, we need 200 hectares to develop houses for people. That's okay. I have no problem. Let me see your capacity. Where's the money? Oh, I have a bank that no, I have no problem. Let the bank, call the bank. Let them show me the agreement you do to how much you're going to give them. All fake. All they do, collect government land. Years come, they begin to sell the land and make money. I have a lot of letters here. I need 200 hectares of land. I have partners who are coming from Europe to provide. I've seen these partners a lot. Show me what is on ground. Sign an agreement with. That is all you see. We are willing. When we see the one that is sincere and is genuine is saying that you put the cards on it. Look, this is the bank funding us. We'll see the letter from the bank. We are going to release to them such amount of money. The bank takes guarantee. And you sign with government. Government says, yes, we are going to give you this. But within 1 year, 2 years, if this is not done, government, the land goes back to the government. I have seen, and you can't believe it, when I came on board, how dubious people are. I said this without, it doesn't matter who's involved. It's a staff. Immediately the former minister left, the staff signed on behalf of a minister, giving out over 500 hectares of land to somebody. We have been meeting here, and our legal team said, nobody can sign on behalf of minister. You can't. You have no such authority. In fact, the present government came in May 29. We were appointed in August. From May 29 that the present government came to July, go and see contracts awarded. Go and see contracts awarded. I just discovered of recent, unknown, what the former permanent secretary here did. Between the government came in May and I came in August, they've employed over 2,000 persons.
In 3 months?
Yes. I'm backdated.
So what's going to happen?
Over 2,000.
So what's going
Will
to
they all be flushed out?
Now look at it. You look at it in 2 ways. You know that's not fair. That's illegal. So, what do? Should I say they should be sacked? Labor crisis will come in. But is that right? Is that right? The kind of thing, do you believe it that FCT alone has staff strength of not less than 38,000? Can you believe that? Of not less than 38,000 staff. With 270-something directors. I thought they were promoting themselves, saying they won't be permanent secretaries. They retire without being permanent secretary. So it was like, look, well, since none of us can be permanent secretary, let's be promoting ourselves here. Director.
But that has been addressed now.
The point I'm trying to say. No, the point I'm trying to say, because there's no future for them.
Okay. They try to create a...
So they have to say, well, we shouldn't die like this. Let it be that, they created so many departments so that a director will head a department, no matter how small the department is, no matter how small. Luckily, Mr. President said, look, there's nothing like career progression in life. That's not giving somebody hope in life. Luckily, the law is there. 2018 Act is there. And President said, look, the law is there. What's the difficulty? In creating their own civil service, in making them to go to director, to be permanent secretaries. And like I said in Nigeria, there's always a power tussle. Not for the institution, not for the system to grow. It's for the I am in charge. As head of service of the Federation, I will send a permanent secretary to FCT. Who employs? It is not the Federal Civil Service Commission that employs staff of FCT. FCT employs their own people, promote their own people, but cannot get to the level of permanent secretary. So so you are not superintending over any staff here. All you are interested is to send a permanent secretary who will not be briefing you when you have no control over the staff. And Mr. President is wisdom. I have come here to give people hope. I didn't come to kill their hope. I said you need hope. If the law says this, why not implement it? I'm here to implement the law. And I said, Mr. Minister, go and implement. If not for somebody like Mr. President, no way. So many people fought the implementation of this 2018 Act. And you ask, what are you losing? That the law says they should have their own civil service commission that will promote them, that will discipline them. That's it should be seen as a state. The same structure. They have commissioners which you may call as mandate secretaries. They have general counsel which you may call as attorney general. They have solicitor general which you may call as permanent secretary and solicitor general of the Ministry of Justice. So what is wrong in them having their own permanent secretaries and having their own head of service?
Okay. So you have 10 permanent secretaries
yes.
now. You have the FCT Civil Service Commission also in place with the chairman and the members already appointed.
Yes.
What would this bring to the administration of the FCT now, in running it as if it were a state?
It's to starting the bureaucratic structure. If you say, take for example, you have Civil Service Commission, which has to talk about discipline, talk about training, talk about promotion of civil servants, as far as the FCT is concerned. 2, every career, everybody would want to attain the highest level in his career. And what higher level
The civil
is civil service?
PAMSEC.
Permanent secretary, head of service, right? Now, if in a situation where I can't get to that level because there's no room, is there any motivation Does it make me to put in my best? Certainly not. Now, there is now hope.
Enough headroom.
That I'm going to retire one day as the permanent secretary. Take, for example, those that will be sworn in on Monday, the first set. Do you know how elated? That I was one of the first that when this was implemented, I was made a permanent secretary. Others are now waiting. This permanent secretary will retire tomorrow. This will retire in the next 1 month. There's a likelihood. It's from my zone, for example. I may be the permanent secretary. Hope has been brought back. They will see more dedication, more work. Nobody puts in his best when it's going nowhere. So you see things are now well structured. And you see high performance. It is there. There are no two ways about it. And for me, I told Mr. President the other day, I said, for me, sir, if this is the only thing I achieve during your tenure as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and Commander-in-Chief, and I leave office today, I am fulfilled.
I have to add the light rail.
No, let me tell you why. Let me tell you. Why am I fulfilled? That you make people to have hope in life.
I was just
Human development is key. You don't know what you're talking about. Look at somebody I've been appointed as head of service. It has gone down in history as the first head of service of city. It's not money. Even if he retires tomorrow morning, he's fulfilled. I got to the highest level of my career. So the why I said, even if, as I finish talking here now, I'm no longer Minister of FCT, I feel satisfied. Not to talk about, again, something that had been there to Mr. President, that he said, people are looking for land. I don't need it. What I want is, let me ride on the metro line.
I just use that as an intervention. Let's stay with your workforce and this structure. You have to be congratulated on that. But we also need to look at what this also means. Last year you told us you were paying about 9 billion a month for your workforce. I don't know how much you are paying now in terms of today's realities. Is that daunting in terms of the plans you have? Especially the payments you need to make in terms of the contracts you are doing and overseeing in terms of infrastructure development.
Well, there are myriad of issues, problems. You are here to solve the problems. You don't want everything for you to say, oh, it's because we are paying so wage bill, that's why I'm not able to do this or do that. I wish the wage bill should come lower. It would have enabled me to put some of the funds to other areas. But be it as it may, you have to move on and work out strategies on how it does not affect you. Let me tell you something. Our budget is 1.1 trillion. We submitted to Mr. President to National Assembly.
Okay.
Somebody will say,
1.1 trillion.
Somebody will say, what's it takes? And that's why we have to thank Mr. President for bringing us out of the TSA. Today, you have been talking about payment of contractors, jobs are going on well. When we were in TSA, nothing was happening. Why? Bureaucracy. Not only bureaucracy. You don't have access to other funds. Whatever you get now from the IGR this month, for example, you share it. It doesn't make sense. It's like pouring water in an ocean. So that doesn't make sense.
Tell us about that idea.
No, so that's what I'm saying. Okay. So you know about so we propose to Mr. President to the National Assembly. We want to go to other commercial markets. Listen, we need this amount of money. We need it. How do you pay back? We attach our IGR to our SPO. Now, the money is there. You share the money, attach it to basic infrastructure. Take, for example, the OSEX, outer southern, where you have that Asokoro junction, for example. How much, for example? What is left? Maybe it's 20 billion. After 20 billion, I need this job to be finished by December. Right? B6, B12. How much is left? So amount. From this loan, I attach this money to that job. Before you know, you are sure of 10 projects be completed. Now, what's the bank doing? Every month, they collect that year. So, if we are collecting 500 billion, for example, the bank is taking from us every year, say 120 billion. At 10 billion a month, that's 120. But we are not depending. If we depend just on that monthly, you get a share. This one 1.5. This one, variations will come. Variations will come. And you know, I'm one of the opponents of variation. I believe that government jobs are extraordinarily high. I will not tell you lies. And so when I look at it, and people are telling me about variation, I get irritated. So now, that wouldn't be. So because you know, I have money for you, which is a 20 billion, you can do my work. I pay you.
So
this is the advantage.
Okay. But
and which, Mr. President, if he did not do it, FCT, nobody will be talking about
so do we have
this and that. No.
Do we have a system
Yes.
in place now
Yes.
such that if you are no more the FCT minister, whoever comes in sees that template and jobs will go on without any hindrance?
And you cannot. You see, leadership varies. After all, somebody was there. He didn't do it.
They were still in TSA at the time.
Yes. I came. I wrote to Mr. President, look at the disadvantages. It will not help us to do anything. It is your ability to convince your boss and to see the advantage. And now he has seen it. And he said, go ahead. So, today, people say, Abuja will turn the construction site. How? It's because Mr. President had weighed it, has seen the advantages that will accrue to his government. He said, move on. Do you know, nothing makes you happy when you see people are happy with what you are doing. I was in the Senate yesterday. I feel highly elated. Every speaker per speaker, we commend you. We have seen. We are happy. Anywhere we go to, we are seeing so many things are happening. And we're asking ourselves, back up. This was not the case before. You have a new president who has given me the opportunity and who is giving me the support for me to actualize his agenda, particularly as it relates to FCT. For me, it's my greatest happiness that people see, people are commending. You know, it is difficult to commend public officers.
Yeah.
I read yesterday. I don't want to be personal. I think they say she's a senator for FCT. I don't know. I think, okay, they said she's a senator for FCT. Said, Wike is busy scraping roads. And this I just, in my place, there's a lady that says, if you don't know what to tell somebody, you say as him be. That is it. You don't have anything, you don't even know what to tell the person. One of these Sundays, I woke up. I called my executive secretary of CDO. I said, come. I said, come. Well, I said, come down. Look at the roads. All cracked. We passed through there. I think we were going to the villa. Then went to the police headquarters. That we go and see. These roads were built when? I should leave it when the potholes come. That's when I will go and repair it. Back belly. You know what you say, back belly. Somebody wants to be a friend. You say, I don't want to be a friend. Is it by force?
But what's like what the person was indicating that you don't want to be supervised.
Supervised? Are you my appointer?
They have an oversight function.
Oh, come on, do. Listen now. Come on, do it. The problem is that she wanted to be chairman of Senate committee on FCT. And the Senate president said, I'm not giving you. She's a member. Let them come and oversight. There's nothing we have done. I've not invited the two chairmen of the FCT and the two chairmen of the area council. Every flag off, they're all there. Come and see with your eyes. And I deliberately allow it to be live. I deliberately allow it to be live. And so, what are you, the committee, the chairman, are seeing what we are doing. They are coming every day. What are you going to supervise me? You cannot supervise me.
But she's also representing the FCC.
No, that is the mistake you are making. That's the mistake you are making.
She will have extra interest.
What is the interest? That I must see her.
No, that FCC should function well.
Why would I go and say, is that my responsibility? If I have a problem, I go and see her. I don't have a problem.
So you're likely to see her if
there's a problem.
What if she wants to see you?
It's available. She should write to me. Give me a call if I'm free.
But she said you're not reachable.
How did you reach me now?
No, she's the journalist.
Listen. Nobody can intimidate me. Not after being, look. I was a minister before. I became a governor of one of the most important states in Nigeria. And now I'm a minister of FCT. You are saying that the only way you can bring me is to go to channel, is to go to TVC, is to go to, and the minister will not carry me about. I carry it, I don't have the back to carry. I don't have the back. People don't know how to go about things. It's not by blackmail or intimidation.
So what should she be doing?
Do the right thing. Communication. Can I have audience with you? There are things about FCT. I want you to. The problem is this. She ran an election against my friend, Philip Aduda. Right? And then she sees Philip Aduda everywhere with me. He said, I'm taking Philip everywhere. Instead of she being the senator. How about? Will I abandon my friend because he failed the election? I mean, people are so petty. It doesn't make sense. Everybody is commending what is going on in FCT. You are busy, said that he's not carrying me along, and supposed to be the eye of FCT. That's lawmaking. That's lawmaking. The eye of FCT, in terms of implementing Mr. President's agenda, is me. Is me. Mr. President made promise to FCT. Mr. President told them, I have renewed hope agenda. I want to bring back your hope. In doing that, I have somebody I think should represent me in bringing my agenda to achievable. And one of those is these people, they have distorted their growth. They make sure civil servants will not grow. And they say, no, that is wrong. Today, the civil servants are happy. The hope has come back. I'm here to implement Mr. President's agenda. I'm not here to you supervise me. You didn't appoint me. What you can do is to do oversight function. When you come, if there are things you see, you think is wrong, it's within your powers to know what to do. Or you come to me. So many senators have come to me. Say, look, there's something we want to say. We want to bring an amendment to the law. FCT needs more money. It's the federal capital territory. That FCT ought to collect 1% of the total money, not 1% of federal government own share. So you take, for example, if federal government gets in a month 800 billion of allocation, 1% 800 billion is 8 billion. So that's what you get.
So you want to be on first line charge.
So that's what somebody who wants to help in improving FCT. How do I amend the law that will help you? You are talking about kidnapping. You are saying the sanction as prevalent law is not enough. It's not sufficient to deter these criminals. Now I expect you, as a single senator, as a lawmaker, how do I go through the lawmaking process to achieve this so that criminals will know that FCT is a no-go area? It's not for you to every day go on the television, go on radio, that what the minister is doing is to scrape road. I will scrape more. More will go. And you see, the good thing is that when I finish, you know what call a nylon. You know what nylon? By the time they finish as far as when you finish, you know, you'll be happy that you are driving on a good road, and I'm sure the lawmaker will also.
Talking about those projects, sir. Talking about those projects, I'm sure it's not the metro line alone that you intend to present to Mr. President for commissioning.
So many things
on May 29th. Let's talk about the other projects. The VPs.
I don't want people to hate me. Let me tell you, I will assemble a committee to go and work out what has Mr. President achieved in his 1 year in office as it relates to FCT. Do you understand what I'm saying? What has Mr. President achieved in his 1 year in office, which will be May, as it relates to FCT? That's my concern. I don't go to do other people's work. This is my own assignment here. We'll be able to tell Nigerians, in Mr. President 1 year in office, see what he has been able to achieve, which is not 1 year in our own capacity. Our own 1 year will be August. But we are not important. It is Mr. President. It is his agenda that we are driving. So since Mr. President will be 1 year in office in May, what will he tell Nigerians? What will he tell FCT people? What he was able to achieve? I will roll it out. Proudly. Proudly. We will do it in such a way, I don't know whether Mr. President will have the time to have the opportunity to say every day. Okay, so okay, Mr. President, take 2 weeks, which you will not agree. Okay, you may send the Vice President. It is not about, for me, my greatest happiness is, are you sure? Are you satisfied that you think you've done well? I tell people, it's not that I think, people are saying so. You have also attested by the questions you're asking. indirectly. Because when you say, oh, this project is going on here, this project is going on, what it means that things are
happening. The VP's residence, how far with it?
Well, you see, it's almost there. We're almost quarter to finish. Go there. This is a project that was awarded 2010. At the cost of 7 billion. Vice President residence at the cost of 7 billion from 2010 to 2024. 14 good years. Who hears that? Then something must be wrong with us. As a governor, when I told Nigerian Council of Legal Education, when I went to Bayelsa Law School campus, I said, look, I was going to build this. But if you agree to start a campus of law school in Port Harcourt, we will build and hand over to you in a year. At the cost of what? 18 billion. We did not build it in 1 year. We built it in 9 months. And we paid 18 billion. And then you tell me, federal government will award vice president residence for 14 years? When I told president, I can't understand this. Even if the federal government was paying 1 billion a month, but for 7 months, Julius Bella is like, I'm sorry to use that word. Julius Bella is money for hand, back for grant. I'm sorry to use that language. But that's Julius Bella. If you give them the money, they provide what you want. That was why, when I was governor of Rivers State, from 2019 to 2023, how many years? 4 years. Built 12 flyovers. I didn't go down to Julius Berger. 4 years. You put down 12 flyovers to a company called Julius Berger. Not any company. And then you tell me federal government will award VP's residence 2010 for 7 billion naira, and then we're talking about how to finish it in 2024. 14 good years. Then that means we're not serious. Sometimes the president that alone is a highlight for criminals very close to the villa. I said, Mr. President, I have spoken with Julius Berger. Of course.
Variation.
There will be variation. Because the job, and I told you, are you going to finish this in 6, 7, 8 months? They said, we need money. You need money. And we gave them the money. Today, I was there yesterday, and they said, look, by May, come and take it.
Honorable Minister, we can see that you have been able to fast track several of these projects, but there are still some that are like an albatross on the neck of the FCT administration, and that is, for instance, the Centenary Tower, for instance. The Centenary Tower, for instance. How have you been able to? Is there anything you're doing to perhaps review?
I thought when we came and we called the contractor. That project was awarded under the administration of Oversight to Salini. I think it was around 50-something billion. It came down to later variation upon variation, and it came to 100-something billion. So when I came, and I saw it as something that would change the landscape of the city. So I went to President and said, look, excuse me, we cannot allow this. I'm talking with the company if they would agree. So I tried to work out. I said, okay, the company, where are we now? 100-something billion. How do we pay? When can you finish it? They said 3 years. That's okay. 3 years. 3 years. It's okay. If I pay 3 billion every month, in 3 years I will pay about something billion. can you? He said, yes. You remember, I told the press that this is what we have agreed with the company. Unknown to me, different stories came. The company came back. No, it's not. And they do it at 200 something billion. I say, wait a minute. I don't think I have the appetite for this. So I told President, I don't think I can continue with this. Yes, it's important, but it's crazy. It's crazy. So now the 10 billion naira we put in Sokuku. So I wrote to the DMO, we are not willing to go ahead with this centenary. I don't want something that, you know, at the end of the day, it will turn to 400 billion from the one seeing it. Maybe we'll look at it for the private investor angle. We'll look for people who can take it over and finish, and then they can run the place. So I wrote to DMO, can you move that 10 billion to one of these jobs? I think it is going to be the longest road. It has about 8 flyovers by CGC. I don't know what they call it. So long. More than 30 something a kilometer. I said, please, could you please channel that fund to that this thing? Because when I looked at what is being owed to the company, what is it called, the CGC, I saw that it has come down to something billion. So, can you channel that? And then I called CGC, how can you people finish it? They say they see the funds, they can finish it before 2027. I said, fine. We are going to, it's a major road that will change the entire landscape of Abuja. Right. So, this is how I do. So, yes, I would have loved to finish the centenary, but there's a hiccup.
Okay.
And I don't want government to be involved in something that I cannot explain. No, I don't want to involve myself in that. So that's why we are.
If I can remember properly, I think you visited, is it a computer village in Abuja or something?
No, yeah, it's a technology village.
Technology village, sorry, yeah. So is there any plan today or in the future to ensure you have a technology hub where a lot of young people can do things?
That again is a good question. You see, I think they took over 700 hectares of land. Road infrastructure has been provided. Again, like I said, is the driver, the head. When you give people assignment, it depends on their commitment, on their zeal. If I'm the head of the technology village, the issue is, since being appointed, what have I done? How many investors have I been able to bring in here? All these years, nothing. So I went there, and they were explaining that, oh, the villagers have encroached. I said, yes. Who allowed encroachment? Because you are doing nothing. The villagers said you took their land and you are doing nothing, and they are going to encroach. Even though they have been compensated. So I'm happy to announce to you that the Minister of Science and Tech has come. We are willing to give it out to them so that they'll be able to bring in investors who want to establish various forms of technology as a technology hub. For me, it's not about you being a child. It's about the capacity. It's about contributions. Go there, nothing. Nothing. And you answer the head of the Abuja Technology Village. It doesn't make sense to me. Government cannot put, the money government should put has been put by providing the road infrastructure. So I think the Minister of Science and Technology is doing quite well, and I can assure you in the next few months people will begin to come in. It's an amazing place.
Honorable Minister,
we have just about 5 minutes. We have just about 5 minutes.
Let me take you to your home state now.
Yes.
Your lawmakers, we know sometimes last year they all defected to the All Progressive Congress, and lawmakers loyal to you, and you're a minister serving under the federal government. Where do you belong to now?
What do you mean by they are loyal to me?
Lawmakers loyal to you.
How are they loyal to me?
Most of them, you.
How? No, you see,
Most
when
of
you
them are
say
proteges.
proteges of who is not a protege of me?
Even the governor.
He is a protege of me, but he's not loyal. But these ones are protege and they are loyal.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know. Tell me. You tell me. You say these are loyal to me. You say they are my protege. I said, okay, who is not your protege?
Okay.
He said, my lord. I said, fine. I said, okay. Is he loyal to me? He said, no. So these lawmakers are loyal. He's not loyal. They said they went to APC. I have no right to stop anybody. You know, one thing people will always say, oh, I'm aware they went to, because they are loyal to me. Fine. But this is not loyal to me. When some people come to talk to me, beg your lawmakers now to do this. I said, do you want them to obey me? They say, yes. Fine. What of the other person? He should not obey me. He should assert his own right. He should assert independence.
I thought Mr. President has sorted it out.
But the lawmakers cannot assert independence. You know, we blow hot and cold. And that's why I say people are, you know, look, anybody who supports an ingrate is a naturally ungrateful person.
People feel that agreement is lopsided by not telling the lawmakers to return back to the PDP. Because every other thing was upturned.
How can president tell me I should go back to a party? Or how can you, where has that happened?
People that resigned, they were brought back. People that, you know, they
For whose own interest? Do you know what they said? Withdraw impeachment. Do you know what that is? Who benefited from it all? Tell me the truth. Whose office was under threat? When you say these people have gone to another party, it's a matter of court interpretation. If you say I've left the party, it does not lie on you to say I've left the party, so you leave the seat. You need to challenge it in court. The speaker has to hit the gavel. It's not when you have interest, you don't want to look at the whole thing. As far as I'm concerned, the lawmakers have respected Mr. President. When that agreement was reached, it didn't take them 24 hours. They would do the impeachment notice. What is the point that you brought commissioners? Are they working?
Okay. Let me ask you.
I didn't know you were going into this kind of. Have you heard me? I'm busy.
Let me ask you a less
I'm busy with the metro line, how to achieve metro line. I'm busy with other projects.
Honorable
I'm very busy.
Honorable
I don't even talk about the.
Honorable Minister.
Now
Let me ask
time
you
for politics.
Let me
Now
ask you a
time
less
for
complicated
governance.
question. Let me ask you a less complicated question.
Yes.
Which party?
I didn't tell you that it's complicated.
Okay. Which party do you belong to?
I'm a member of People's Democratic Party. Have you ever seen me change any day? When you see, I don't know why this.
You are not interested in the elections in Edo, whether your party wins or not. The wicked that Nigerians know will always throw his heart.
The one I did
in every
before,
political.
the one I supported before, what happened? The one I supported before, now what happened? So what happened?
But his company,
I have decided to.
where is seeking your
I have
support
decided
now?
to take a break.
From politics?
No,
Supporting.
it's not. Look, as you see me here now,
They are focused on the
everybody carry a
cross.
I'm just as I'm telling
You
you.
don't have the back to carry people.
You see, when people say this, I was in PDP, I didn't hide it. I came out. I said I'm not going to support your presidential candidate. Is it that I spoke in a way people did not understand? Is it that I acted in a way people did not understand? Even the deaf heard me, the deaf. You can hear when the deaf can hear you. What I said, the deaf heard. But if this is not done, I won't do this.
And the party is still
And I
planning to
did
discipline you for
discipline me for who?
Damago said so.
Who? That I did what?
That it
Who
was
violated?
that it was
Who
anti-party.
violated the party's constitution? Who violated? Who should be disciplined? I'm an advocate of the implementation of the constitution, and you breach it, and you want to discipline me. In the first place, can you not even say, in the first place, you should have thanked us, thanked Rivers. Did you understand me? Okay. Assuming we lost the governorship, would you be talking about Rivers State being a PDP state? Assuming we lost. Forget about these people who are gallivanting today, moving around, say that they can now serve master and serve boy. Now they are serving boy on the road now.
All right, Honorable Minister.
So leave all those things. And like I told you, now it's time for governance. Now it's time to do your own assignment. President are giving me an assignment. I'm busy to carry my own assignment. When the time for politics comes, then we will know who is where, who is not where. Money is not everything. I was the Minister of State when I went to run for a governorship. Yes, I was. Did you not win?
But one would like to ask you
Well,
very
yes.
quickly before
No,
you
no,
go.
no.
Just one question
Yes.
before you go. You straddled two places now, being governor 8 years
Yes.
in your state.
Yes.
Now you are FCT minister. Which one has been more daunting, for instance?
I don't know how to. Here is Nigeria. Here is Nigeria. I don't have the kind of executive power as I used to have when I was governor. Most of the things I do here, I must seek the approval of Mr. President. The luck I have is that every time I seek for his approval, he has always given. And that has made my work easier. But I can tell you, it's not easy. You know, Abuja, you have all kinds of people, they high and mighty. Former presidents are here. Former army generals are here. Generals are here. Field marshals are here. Everybody is here. Senate President is here. Speaker is here. Chief Justice is here. So it's not like in your state. No, it's not like that. But for whatever it is, if you have capacity, have capacity. It doesn't matter where you find yourself.
All right.
When I was Minister of State Education, everybody thought that office is a dead office. I was there. I brought it. As I left, somebody went there. He said, but it's not where Wike was. It is not the office. It is you.
All right.
But we'll tell me how the office will be.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We are very sure that you are enjoying the work anyway. Thank you for allowing us to share the beautiful ambience of your office. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And of course, my colleagues, Fisayo.
Nice to speak with you again.
Thank
Hopefully, by the grace of God, like you said, we'll ride with you on the metro line.
God will.
And of course, Chamberlain.
Thank you for also hosting us today.
Ayo.
Thank you every time.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister. My name is Ben Gary. We'll see you again, maybe before May 29, hopefully.
We're glad.
Thank you, sir. All right.
Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned. Welcome back from the live telecast. We'll now continue with our regular programs. Stay tuned.
Every major
TVC News Weekend Lineup. TVC Breakfast Saturday with Kemi Fola Adeyemo and Emmanuel Ajayi. Political Standpoint with Precious Amayo. Newsweek with Mark Otabo and Jacinta Ugochukwu. Politics on Sunday with Femi Akonde. Community Forum with Sarah Yeku. Get ready for the biggest stories, fresh perspectives and burning news discussions that round up the weekend. Only on TVC News.
First with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
and thank you for joining us on TVC News at noon. There will be no payment of ransom for the release of abducted school children from Kuriga in Kaduna State. That's according to President Bola Tinubu, as he restated the federal government's directive for security operatives to ensure the safe release of the abducted students. TVC News State House correspondent Femi Akonde reports on the outcome of Wednesday's Federal Executive Council meeting.
The federal government says the reforms introduced by President Bola Tinubu are already yielding results across the country. And this claim is corroborated by data from the National Bureau of Statistics. But the prevailing security situation is a big headache for the government. And President Bola Tinubu at the Federal Executive Council reiterated his directive to security chiefs